Hey, I'm MattyAP, and this is my daily tweet. Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Tweet, the show where we look at the hottest trending moments on Twitter. We choose 3 of them to talk about each day, and at the end of the episode, we choose 1 of them to tweet about. Let's see how yesterday's tweet did. Alright, so the tweet we went with yesterday was a petition on change.org to remake Game of Thrones Season 8 with competent writers, apparently. Now, at the time of this tweet, the petition had 153,489 signatures, so it was smashing goals. So I wrote this tweet. I love seeing so many people come together to make a change in this horrible world of ours. Gives me hope. Now, look, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, I don't actually watch Game of Thrones, so it's a little bit funny me commenting on it, but I thought this was kind of crazy. I mean, I'm curious to see if maybe this does lead to them changing the script and Look, I don't think they're going to redo Season 8. Okay, so it's been around 24 hours since I made yesterday's episode, and it is now up to 684,379 signatures. So that's a good, what is that? I mean, like 500,000 signatures overnight. Crazy. I mean, now their goal is 1 million. So big thanks to everyone that interacted with that tweet. Appreciate it. Let's go on with the show. All right, first story of the day. Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult are reportedly on the shortlist to play the next Batman. It says here, the actors have been considered to star as Bruce Wayne in director Matt Reeves' upcoming film adaptation of the iconic superhero. Reports of the news surfaced online from Variety and Deadline. So look, I jumped over to Variety.com here to read the article, and look, it says here pretty much that Robert Pattinson is first in line to take that role if he wants it. But don't freak out yet because it hasn't actually been set in stone. It says here, sources tell Variety that Robert Pattinson is in negotiations to play the Batman in Matt Reeves' forthcoming superhero film, which hits theaters June 25th, 2021. It says, while sources say it's not yet a done deal, Pattinson is the top choice and it's expected to close shortly. Warner Brothers had no comment. It also says here, pre-production on the Warner Brothers DC Comics pick is expected to start this summer. So look, it's not that far away, so I guess they need to make a bloody decision on who's going to play Batman real damn soon. But look, let me know in the comments below, do you reckon Robert Pattinson would make a great Batman? I'm keen to hear your thoughts. I honestly think he would. I think he's got what it takes. Okay, second story of the day, Sega announces 10 new titles for its mini 16-bit console, including Willy Wars, which is a Mega Man game. I believe it's unreleased in Northern America, Mega Man game, so quite exciting that they're getting a drop on that. It says Sega dropped the new titles in the second of 3 game announcements for the micro console. Very exciting stuff. Now, of course, the console we're talking about here is a miniature version of the iconic Sega Genesis, known as the Sega Mega Drive here in Australia. They're releasing it much like PlayStation and Nintendo have released mini versions of their retro consoles. Sega is doing the same thing here. Apparently, it's going to be packed with 40 games. Look, this isn't actually new news, though. Sega announced this mini console on the 30th of March, but they're staggering the announcement of games, and that's why today they've announced 10 new games. But I thought, let's just jump straight into it and take a look at the lineup so far altogether. Now, if you want to check out any of the details for the upcoming mini Genesis console, you can check out genesismini.sega.com for all the details. I have a link though as well in the description below for you guys to check this little website section out here for your own leisure. But look, it says here the console comes out September 19th, 2019, which is very exciting. And you can see the miniature version of the Sega Genesis there with the big brother real Sega Genesis behind it. Now look, I am very curious because I'm wondering if maybe they'll bring out in more of the PAL region a Sega Mega Drive Mini instead of a Sega Genesis. I'm not sure what we're going to get over here because obviously we didn't have the Sega Genesis in Australia. We had the Mega Drive, which looked quite different as well. Look, I don't really mind. Just curious because I know Nintendo did that for us. They brought out over here the PAL version of the NES Mini, whereas in America they brought out the NTSC version of the NES Mini. Or the SNES Mini. So it's going to be interesting to see if they make essentially 2 separate looking consoles for different regions, or if they're just going to kind of pump it out to the whole world. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, I'm really not fussed either way. Let me know in the comments below if you are. Look, I think at the moment they've announced 30 titles out of the 40 that's going to be on this console. Some of the ones that I'm kind of excited about, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, bit of a fan. They've got Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Actually, I should state that it was my first console game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and the Sega Mega Drive was actually my first ever home console. So this is a bit nostalgic for me. But they've got Ghosts and Ghouls, Alex Kidd, Golden Axe, Fantasy Star 4, Sonic Spinball, which I believe was just these ones down here were the ones that were just announced. So look, a whole bunch of cool titles, Castle Illusion, a whole bunch of great titles. But yeah, it's looking like a really cool little retro console, and for the price of $80 American, or that's probably somewhere around 110 Australian when it comes out. It seemed like a pretty good little package deal. So let me know if you're excited for it in the comments. All right, and for our third and final story of the day, and this is by far the biggest story of the day, and look, a massive story in general. Microsoft and Sony are teaming up for a cloud gaming partnership. You didn't misunderstand that. That is the headline right here. Microsoft and Sony are teaming up for a cloud gaming partnership. Now, look, I can only imagine this is to counter the powerhouse that's possibly going to be Google Stadia. If you didn't hear the news about Google Stadia, I mean, it seems like a pretty solid venture that Google's going into to bring cloud-based gaming to houses around the world very soon. So, I mean, I was starting to think Microsoft and Sony are going to have a little bit of a battle on their hands, and it looks like they might be teaming up to do what they can to conquer this titan that's come knocking on their door. What do you say, Matt? It says here, Microsoft announced that it will partner with chief gaming rival Sony on new cloud-based solutions for gaming experiences. Though the announcement doesn't specifically mention Microsoft's Xbox or Sony's PlayStation consoles, the move has left many feeling optimistic about the future of cross-play initiatives. Look, it is kind of crazy because Microsoft and Xbox have kind of had their differences and haven't always played well together. So this is a massive development in the world of gaming. I never thought I'd see the day where they say they're going to work together, but here we are. Now, the official Microsoft Twitter did post this saying, "We're collaborating with @Sony to explore new cloud solutions for gaming and content streaming. Read more." So naturally, I did click the link to read more. And of course, it just says the same kind of thing. Sony and Microsoft to explore strategic partnership. And look, there's a whole bunch of words here talking about the collaboration at hand. And I'll leave the link to this in the description below if you want to read through that. Now, I think the thing to remember about this story is that they haven't actually said PlayStation and Xbox themselves. They say Microsoft and Sony. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this, I mean, it is kind of odd that it is to do with gaming, but they haven't mentioned those two consoles. There is definitely some stuff we're going to be seeing in the next couple of years to do with gaming and partnerships between these two companies. I think there's some big things to come, and I'm very excited to see what it is. Time will tell. I'm sure I'll bring you all the hot news as it drops. So stay tuned. And those are my 3 stories of the day. So now all I have to do is write my tweet and send it off into the Twitterverse. Alright, so the tweet I've gone with today isn't really funny or anything, it's just informative. Who would have thought that would have been an idea for a tweet? So I wrote, in the most unlikely collab of 2019, Sony and Microsoft are joining forces to explore new cloud solutions for gaming and content streaming. And I just put a little picture down here of Kenichiro Yoshida, President and CEO of Sony Corporation, and Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. So very cute, them together, shaking hands, you know, working together. Yeah, the boys. And with that, that is my daily tweet. Bam! Guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate your company. If you liked the video, why not hit that like button? If you hated it, hit the dislike button. Hey, you know, tell me what you think. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot, and I love seeing those subscribble numbers jumping up. If you want to see that tweet and interact with it, you know, like it, comment it, retweet it, which I hope you do. The link to that tweet will be in the description below. Hey, while you're at my Twitter, why not even chuck me a juicy follow, and I might even give you a little shout out at the end of tomorrow's video. Guys, everyone take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's daily tweet. Oh wait, no, it's the weekend tomorrow. See you on Monday. Bye. What the fuck? I don't know what happened with my throat just then. Bye.